from Dhaka, this is Tahmina Nupur and you are watching BSS News. At first, the headlines. Special Advisory Council meeting press for Begum Khaleda Zia's swift recovery. I, like any child, long for my mother's affectionate touch, says Tarique Rahman. Parliament polls, referendum schedules to be announced in second week of December, says Chief Election Commissioner. Financial sector is making tangible progress, says Bangladesh Bank Governor. Sri Lanka seeks foreign help as cyclone toll hits 123. Now the details. Special Advisory Council meeting press for Begum Khaleda Zia's swift recovery. A special meeting of the Council of Advisors prayed for the swift recovery of former Prime Minister and Bangladesh Nationalist Party chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia. Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Mohammad Yunus chaired the meeting at his office in Tejgaon this morning. Religious Affairs Advisor AFM Khalid Hussain administered the prayer, according to the Chief Advisor's press wing. I, like any child, long for my mother's affectionate touch, says Tarique Rahman. BNP Acting Chairman Tarique Rahman has sought prayers for the swift recovery of Bangladesh Nationalist Party chairperson and former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia. He made the appeal in a Facebook statement amid concerns over her severe illness. Tarique Rahman said he, like any child, deeply wishes to receive his mother's affectionate touch, but noted that he does not have the freedom to make an independent decision regarding this. His family hopes the political situation will soon allow his long wait to return home to come to an end, he added. Begum Khaleda Zia, he said, is receiving intensive care at the hospital due to her serious condition. People from all walks of life are offering prayers for her recovery. He said that Chief Advisor Dr. Mohammad Yunus has pledged all possible assistance for her treatment and has conveyed his prayers. Tarique Rahman said medical teams from home and abroad are providing the highest level of care, while several friendly nations have expressed readiness to offer advanced medical support. He conveyed the Zia family's gratitude and requested continued prayers for her recovery. Parliament polls, referendum schedules to be announced in second week of December, says Chief Election Commissioner. Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasiruddin said today that the schedules for the 13th Jatiyo Samsad election and the referendum will be announced in the second week of December. He told newsmen after inspecting a mock voting event at Sheribangla Nagar Girls High School in Dhaka. The Election Commission, he said, hopes to deliver an acceptable and participatory election. He said the mock voting was held to test how an ideal polling environment should function. The Chief Election Commissioner said they observed voter queues, the duties of presiding and polling officers, and the role of journalists. He said many first-time voters have never voted in person and the exercise helps them understand the process. He said the law and order situation is improving and the overall environment will remain favorable for the polls. The Commission will run the national election and the referendum together and will review whether more polling centers or booths are required. The Chief Election Commissioner said the Election Commission is prepared and will work transparently. About the publicity for the referendum, he said wider campaigning has not started yet and that the government and the Election Commission will jointly run the campaign. He said ministries have already been assigned for this work. He said the referendum will have only yes and no options as agreed by political parties. He also urged newsmen to raise awareness about the referendum as part of their responsibilities as citizens. Financial sector is making tangible progress, says Bangladesh Bank Governor. Bangladesh Bank Governor Dr. Ahsan H. Mansoor said Bangladesh's financial sector is making progress in macroeconomic stability, external sector management, and governance reforms despite long-standing structural challenges. He told the 4th Bangladesh Economic Conference held at a hotel in the capital Dhaka today. The event was organized by Daily Bonik Barta. The Bangladesh Bank Governor said the exchange rate has been stabilized, which is essential for reducing inflation. He said that since he took office, the rate has remained broadly stable, moving from 120 taka to 122.50 taka per US dollar, while many regional currencies weakened more sharply. He said no intervention is needed in the foreign exchange market as the rate is now determined by supply and demand. Dr. Hassan H. Mansour informed that foreign banks have restored normal operations and the earlier backlog of external payment arrears has been cleared. He said the current account deficit has narrowed and the financial account has turned slightly positive. Banks are no longer facing a dollar shortage and all margin requirements for imports have been withdrawn. He said import letters of credit for essential Ramadan commodities have already been opened, in some cases 20% higher than last year. Import volumes through Chattogram port were at record levels in the last fiscal year and are continuing to grow, he added. The Bangladesh Bank governor said high non-performing loans remain the biggest challenge. He said the updated classification may place the non-performing loan ratio at around 35% and warned that it may take 5 to 10 years to resolve. He said interest rates remain high because inflation has not yet come down. Deposit rates have increased to around 10% and may rise further. He also pointed to the pressure caused by high government borrowing from the banking system. Sri Lanka seeks foreign help as cyclone toll hits 123. Sri Lanka has appealed for international assistance as the death toll from heavy rain and floods triggered by cyclone Ditwa rose to 123. Another 130 people remain missing, according to the Disaster Management Center. The Disaster Management Center said nearly 15,000 homes have been destroyed and almost 44,000 people have taken shelter in state-run centers. Director General Sampat Kotuegeda said relief operations have intensified with the deployment of Army, Navy and the Air Force personnel. He said the cyclone is moving away toward India but has already caused massive destruction. Fresh landslides struck the central district of Kandy and major roads remain underwater. Officials said mobile networks have been disrupted as fiber optic cables snapped and a special unit has been deployed to restore communication. The government has asked for international help and urged Sri Lankans abroad to donate to support nearly 500,000 affected people. Officials said Prime Minister Harini Amarasuriya made diplomats in Colombo to seek assistance. India was the first to respond, sending 2 plane loads of relief supplies. An Indian warship in Colombo also donated its rations. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed condolences and said India stands ready to provide more aid. Authorities have issued evacuation orders along the banks of the Kelani River after it burst its banks on Friday evening. Flood levels may exceed those recorded in 2016, according to Disaster Management Center officials. This week's toll is the highest since June last year. That's all for today. For more information, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.